Chasing Tales, Episode 4, For Want of a Little Magic.
Last week, Will had made up his mind and it wasn't for good. Can Pink and Aislinn save this mission?
Will hung up the phone. He held it for a moment with regret. Martin pulled up in the car. He leaned across the seat and motioned for him to get in.
You got the money?
Yeah, are you sure about this tip?
This horse is a sure thing. Don't worry, we'll get that money.
This is all the scratch I have left. I don't know.
What? Wouldn't you give your last breath for your mama?
You know I would. Okay, let's do this.
Did you call that number?
Yeah, it's legit. I sure wish I could convince her to leave.
I know, but what can you do, right?
I hope this is enough.
Once at the track, Will sits in the car. We're waiting to hear something one way or another.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the New Orleans Super 7. Weather is fair underfoot on this beautiful day. Once again, in the pole position is shortstop, followed by window dresser at number 2, Mountaineer at number 3, Sable's Daddy at number 4, Belfort Dauphin at 5, Restless Dogma at 6, and the long shot Meatball Soup bringing up the rear at 7. Before we get started, we'd like to thank our radio sponsor, Lucky Strikes. See the nearest cigarette girl in the stands or in the lobby. Who knows how long you may get lucky. Lucky Strikes.
Aislinn in jeans and a t-shirt strolls up to the car where Will is sitting. He pulls out a cigarette, pats himself down, realizes that he doesn't have a lighter.
Hey kid, you got a light?
Will looks around in Martin's car to find a matchbook.
Here you go.
He hands it out the window. The race plays over the radio.
Race number 5, in the number 1 position, the favorite shortstop. In position number 2, window dresser. In position number 3, Mountaineer. And number 4 is Sable's Daddy. Number 5 is Belfort Dauphin. And number 6 is Restless Dogma. And the 7th, that's a bad-looking horse, is Meatball Soup.
Which horse is yours?
Restless Dogma.
Not a bad horse. Good luck, kid.
Thanks.
And there's the post. All right, the horses are on the field. We'll be right back with you folks. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Aislinn slides up to Pink, who's listening to the race in the lobby. He puts his hand on her shoulder.
Dogma is his horse.
I want you to make sure he loses.
You what? I must have heard wrong.
No, you heard me. Make sure some other horse beats his. He probably won't have to do anything at all. But just keep an eye out.
There's the bell and they're off to no one's surprise.
Aislinn shrugs. He faces the crowd and then slips into the stables. Pink leaves her ticket with an old lady who was having a down day. The stables are moist and pungent. The horses are being handled expertly by groomers. Aislinn watches with mild indifference. He catches a young man leading a horse.
Hey, what do you know about the race going on now? Who do you think will win?
The favorite. He's a great dry runner. He's got the pole position, so he'll probably win.
What about Restless Dogma?
You should hope you didn't bet on that one. He ain't a bad horse. His rider's a little chubby and not too experienced.
That's all right then. Thanks, man.
Relieved, Aislinn turns to go. He had no idea what to do. Make another horse win? Anyway, shooting a jockey he could do, but it seemed like overkill. He wandered back to the lobby and waited for her to return.
With Sable's Daddy falling back to 5th, Belfort Dauphin in 6th, and Meatball Soup coming in last. Going into the 3rd turn, shortstop is still in the lead, window dresser at number 2. But look out, here comes Restless Dogma that takes the 3rd spot, and now it's a 3-horse race. And the last turn is coming on fast and the finish is in sight. It's shortstop, window dresser, and Restless Dogma. And there's the finish, folks. Shortstop takes first, window dresser by a nose at number 2, and Restless Dogma in 3. Followed by Mountaineer, Sable's Daddy, and Belfort Dauphin. And in last place, Meatball Soup. His jockey should have called a cab to try to keep up. My oh my, what a race.
Mama tries to shuffle out of her chair to get some water. It's no use. She flops back down, frustrated and exhausted.
Who is it?
It's me, Pink Salmon. I'm the one who offered your son a job. I really need to talk to you, Miss Partry.
Come on in, it's open.
Pink slides in, her petal pink suit pressed. She nods at Will's mother and extends a hand to her. Kate takes it and smiles weakly, but there's warmth in her eyes.
Can I get you anything, Miss Partry?
Get me some water?
Sure thing.
She notes that she is neatly kept, but always one step from disaster. Park Street was much nicer than this. She feels a little pang of guilt, but she knows what to do.
You know he turned us down, right?
I told him to go.
Why do you think he said no?
Probably doesn't want to leave.
Doesn't want to leave you, you mean?
Kate looks down at her brown, wrinkled hands.
How about this? Let's say I float him the money for the operation, and you come after you've recovered enough. Please?
Why do you want him so bad anyway?
Have you heard him play? I got a tip that I had to hear him. My guy just quit, and this is the best time to switch. Besides all that, he's good. He doesn't just play, he's got vision. He plays differently than the guys in Houston. I know he'll be a hit.
You think he really has a shot?
Let me help you. Because if you don't come, he won't either. Then none of us will find out.
I have support here. What will I have in Houston?
A chance to see his dream come true. He'll be there. What church do you go to?
The Baptist place around the corner.
There's one just up the street from where you'll be. Someone as kind as you is bound to make friends quickly. I can talk to the pastor there for you if you like.
I'll think about it.
Having concluded her pitch, Pink stands to leave.
Thank you for letting me talk to you. I do hope you get some relief soon. And if he doesn't change his mind, well, I want you to have this.
Pink hands Kate a card to the club with a small envelope that says Merry Christmas. She refills Kate's glass of water and sets it within her reach
Thank you,
and leaves.
honey.
Goodbye, Kate, and I hope to see you again. Merry Christmas.
And the last turn is coming on fast and the finish is in sight. It's shortstop, window dresser, and restless dogma. And there's the finish, folks. Shortstop takes first, window dresser by a nose at number 2, and restless dogma in 3. Followed by Mountaineer, Sable's Daddy, and Belfort Newfane. And in last place, Meatball Soup. His jockey should have called a cab to try to keep up. My oh my, what a race.
Well, that's that. I talked to Kate.
Did you change your mind?
I don't know. I left the money anyway. Come on, let's go get a drink.
Pink sighs and turns to go. Aislinn follows. Martin stood in the shadows, not really interested. He fanned himself casually with his tickets. Well, that was perfect. All his money was gone. What else could Will do now? Mama would probably die, Will would off himself, and he'd get commission. Things were looking up. Will shuffled home, defeated, dragging his feet with the weight of guilt and shame. He trudged in and went to Mama's little table.
Mama? Who filled up your glass? Did you get up?
No, that Pink lady came by here. She asked me to think about it some more. I did.
Well, what did you decide?
We should go, honey. I'm gonna get the surgery here and stay until I feel better. Yo-Yo's already said I could stay with her, so we're going.
Will hugs his mama. He races around excitedly. There are 100 things to do. Then he realizes what she said. He stops and he looks at her.
How are you getting the operation?
Will, it's enough that I have the money. Leave America alone.
I'll go to the liquor store and get some boxes. We'll get started right now.
He races out, leaving Kate to shake her head. She really smiles for the first time in a while. She's not seen him this excited in forever. Martin sits drinking in a bar, celebrating his sure victory. Will rushes by the window on the way to the liquor store across the street, positive energy radiating from him. Martin nearly topples his chair, rushing out to meet him. He seems more excited than he should be, though sometimes the nearly dead do seem lifted once they make up their mind. He had to know for sure.
Hey, man. Look, I'm real sorry about that race.
Yeah, that's alright. My luck has changed. I don't know how she got the money for the operation, but Mama did it. So we are going to Houston.
Ah, that's great. I'm glad you could convince her to go.
Martin smiles through gritted teeth, internally seething. That was it. He was done with her meddling. He had to get back at Pink Salmon. He goes back into the bar, this time to think. Luckily for him, she walks right into view. She talks to Will herself for a second. He hugs her excitedly. She leaves him, talking happily to herself. The angel. Right. What could he do to avoid getting deported but still mess with her personally? Hell's bells, getting deported would make it so worth it if he could somehow hurt her. He tails them for a while. He goes back into darkness and uses his crystal. An ugly little imp appears in the blue light of the stone.
Records, Harvey speaking.
Yo, it's me. Can you tell me anything about Pink Salmon?
She's in here once a month to return her paperwork.
What else? I need dirt. Anything at all. Anything you got.
She's a fish at this point in her cycle. So if you're seeing her on a mission, she's probably got something on her to keep her from changing.
Thanks, Harvey.
By the way, your papers need renewed.
Yeah, I'll get to it.
You are already 6 weeks over.
Okay. I'll get it done right after I get done with my little problem. Priorities, Harvey.
I have another call.
The crystal goes silent. Martin looks out to the main road and resumes following Pink. She detours across the street to the hot dog vendor. Martin slips into the alley to watch, waiting. He licks his lips. The hot dog cart rolls away to where the crowd is gathered for more Christmas carols. Martin walks up, looking away from her, and slams into her as she turns and knocking a hot dog to the ground.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, Martin, right? The horn player? So, Martin, is your license to operate up to date?
What license? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I think you do. I can just deport you, you know. Back to level 6 for 3 weeks of paperwork, and by then this'll all be sorted.
Yeah, well, I know about you too. How about I deport you?
The Weasley little man grabs her hand, palming the ring. Before she knows what's happened, he's speeding away in the car. There's a loud popping sound and the world rushes by as she shrinks down and slams into the pavement. She tries to roll her eye around to see how close she is to the drainage in the pavement. Not close enough. Aislinn looks to Pink and then to Martin getting away. She flips a fin, waving him off. Aislinn takes off after the ring. His wings are barely visible, glinting in the sun. Pink lay there, gasping. Flop. Flop. Flip. Closer. She feels so tired. It's hard to think straight. She waits, gasping for air.
Come on, Pink. One big jump. 3, 2, 1.
Flop. The curb grates against her scales. She winces. Stuck. Across the gap of the drain. She gasps so weakly. One eye facing the drain. The other one facing the sky. Her salmon body bakes in the sun. The pain of suffocation is beginning to overwhelm. The gasping gets weaker and slower until finally the gasping stops.
Is this it for Pinky? Will Aislinn save her in time? Tune in next time for the next exciting episode of Chasing Tales.
Pinky can fill my drink any day.
Will they happen? Will they? For fuck's sake, will I learn to speak English by the time I get to the end of the recording, or will I just have to headbutt the table again? Stay tuned.
Can you fix me up with the usual? You hush. What do you want? Come on.
And number 6 is Restless. Fuck.
The favorite.
We're talking about the groom, so.
Oh, I'm parched.
I need a drink of Womster.
Yeah.
No. I'll think about it.